Yeah, so once you have connected your cable to port one of your firewall and you have connected it to your workstation, the, the device comes with a default DHCP enabled on port 1. It says HTTPS, so you just browse to HTTPS 172.168.168.168 on port 4444, which is the Sophos default LAN port that comes pre-configured on your device with a DHCP enabled. Once you hit that, it takes you to the initial setup page. You click initial setup, you start accept the Sophos end user terms of use, then click startup. Now once I've clicked startup, next thing you have to do is to create a strong password that meets all of those requirements. At least 10 characters, one uppercase, one lowercase, one number, one special character. So let's do it. After creating your password, you do continue. Now there's this option here, install the latest firmware automatically during setup. This is the best option that's recommended. This only works when you have the internet connected. One thing I didn't tell you is that Sophos port number 2 on your Sophos firewall comes pre-configured for one access with a DHCP enabled. So if you have connected your port 2 on a DHCP, it will pick internet, then you can opt for this option. But since we are doing offline, we leave this out. Now there's another app thing here called restore backup. If you were doing this on an old device that you're just resetting, this would be a best option if you had a backup. You go next. Now, if we were connected over the internet, we would have these settings active, but we are doing it offline. We continue. Go next. Here you have your firewall name, which is basically your device serial number. Yeah, but most important thing is to choose your time zone. You can use this option here. All countries are here. You can choose your option, or you can come to your map and choose Uganda. I get my time zone here. I confirm my time. It is okay. I hit next. So it asks me the licensing, of which I will continue with evaluating, meaning this evaluating means just runs for 30 days. Suppose gives us a trial license that runs for always 30 days. Yeah, then we continue. Then we can continue from this point here. There is this thing you see here, skip to finish. When you click skip to finish, it will take you direct to the finishing page, meaning that the basic setup is done at this stage. So you can click direct to finish, then other things you can configure from inside. But let's continue. Let's do continue. Now when we continue, we shall be prompted to configure our ports. Now if you wanted to do these port configurations, creating a bridge, we would do it here, but I don't need it. So these ports, the ones that you check on blue, those ones will be automatically be joined into the LAN zone. of the firewall, but we are going to leave it at that stage. Then here you choose the operational mode of your firewall. Either you want it to operate in the root mode or gateway mode, or you want it to operate in bridge mode. So you make your choice from here. Either you leave it operating in the router mode, or you put it in bridge mode. It's your choice. So let's leave it into the default mode, which is the most common mode. Then we have our default LAN setup on port number 1. So which is default, we are going to leave it. This is the default DHCP that comes with it. We are going to leave everything default. Then the next part, here, if you have a wireless capable firewall like the one I'm using right now, you will get this option enabled, and you have to create a Wi-Fi network, a wireless network that you can use, but we don't need it. So we just continue. Then here we create a basic firewall rule that we shall always use. Depends on your choice. You can check all of these if you want. I'm only taking this: protect users from network threats. Other configurations will be done later from firewall. But on this basic wizard, now the next part is here is the notifications and backups. So put your email here, just a basic mail. I don't even think that Sophos has this email, but just for this demo, yeah, just for this demo. Then if you need to receive your passwords, sorry, your protected emails, you check this option. You check it, then you put an encryption key or a password. Basically, you put your password here that you'll always be using to restore your backup if you need it. And it's a good thing to have a backup being sent on your email. So you create a password here and then you continue, but for the sake of this demo, we are not creating, we are just going to continue. Then your backup is complete. This is a complete summary of everything that we have configured. This is just basic, nothing so special. Everything is just basic. Other things we shall configure from inside. Once you're done with this, you click finish. So once you click finish, your device will begin to reboot. As it is applied, first applies the firmware. So it will take some time to make the configuration changes that we have applied. Then once it's done, yeah, once that is done, the device will shortly restart. Once it has finished to restart, then we shall be able to access the firewall. So once the device reboots, you can log in. Default username is admin. Then you use the password we earlier on created. Then you log in. Once you have logged in, the next thing is to create a storage master key, which we shall look at it later on. So that is it with the initial setup. We are good to go.